What's up, guys? JR Raymond back again, coming to you from MRB Classic Pro Shop. And today we're going to talk about cutting down ball plug and cleaning it up. What's a good technique for doing that? Stay tuned. All right, so cutting down plug, obviously we got to have the press at 0-0. So make sure to always check your gauges. Zero your press out every morning. Before you start work for the day, you should be checking your drill press and making sure it is at 0. So that way every day it's the same. Because eventually some of these drill presses, most times these drill presses aren't really made for drilling bowling balls. We've just kind of transformed them and started putting jigs in them and doing all this other stuff to make them the use of drilling bowling balls. So they do move and they do change over time. So what was 0, a week ago, if you haven't calibrated your machine, it could be a 16th, even just a 32nd, but that little bit of a change could mean quite a bit for a customer. So I got it set back at 0 now, so we're good to go there. Just gonna take a plug cutter. I'm gonna line this up to cut it down. I got a nice small piece of plug here, no big deal. This one will actually fit all the way across. So we're good there. We're gonna lock her into place. For sure you guys know the basics of, cutting down ball plug. This is pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. You just got to be able to do it without cutting the ball. You're going to do it without making it look awful. That's the hard part. Always start out nice and slow just to get it to where it gets to that flat spot. It's going to be a little wobbly to start because it's not even. But once you get all the way to where all the color's gone, you can see it knock, 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 knock. But now once you get to where it's flat, right here, now it's nice and smooth. So all the way down. So we're just gonna cut through. Still gonna continue to go nice and slow. Now you can start to see what you're looking for is that the dam where you had the plug, is you're gonna look for that to really smudge. You get to that bottom, we don't want to go too far. So now it's smudged pretty good. We're not cutting into the ball. We're good. So we've got it as low as we can get it without cutting the ball. But you can see it still looks like trash, right? So this still looks like garbage. Obviously we don't want to leave it like that. We want to clean it up. We want to cut it a little bit, see what we can do with it. Okay, so we're going to take it over to the ball spinner. See what we can move and change. All right, so what I like to do is I like to make sure I get this centered pretty good. Nice. Make sure this is centered right there. And what you can do is you can take just Abralon pads and just beat the crap out of it. But one of the tricks that I like to use, get it a little bit wet, I like to use a razor blade and just lit it. You can see how it peels it back. Now this razor blade is going to cut a little bit finer than what an Abralon pad will. Okay. Make sure it starts center. Getting close. So you're looking for it to get nice and smooth. You don't want any knocks. I mean, that knop I'm feeling right there is actually the pin. And you don't have to press hard. You just want it to be nice and smooth. So now if I stop this, and look, you can see how I came all the way across down there. It's still got a little bit of spots on it. This one's good. This one's got that little bit from the dam, from the edge of the hole. So you can really take and remove that. There you go. That's good. So we're good there. So now we can go away from the razor blade and we can take like a 500 grit pad or something, or even just some Brillo, whatever you need to do to get it to where you want. Here, let's start with 1,000. Get it nice and wet. Clean it off just a pinch and get the ball wet. I'm gonna go to a fast pace, fast speed. We're just gonna press right on it. And you can take it right back to whatever finish you want. So we're gonna go to 1,000 here, and then we'll go back up, give it a little bit of a, more of a sheen. Take it up to 2,000. So I can feel my hand heating up. Once I have that, I can remove it. And then we'll take a look at what it looks like after that 1,000 pad. So now it's looking a little bit better. A little bit cleaner. Now we'll take a 2,000. If you want to get rid of some of that white, it depends on the person, however you want to do it. You can actually take like a quick cut, or even a little bit of black magic, or true cut polish, just to make it, rub it in, just to make it look a little bit better. It's all dependent on the person. It's all dependent on what you want to see. If your color matching isn't quite right, like this one's not quite right, but that's okay. It's pretty close. You still want it to look presentable. There. So now we're nice and clean, ready to go. Get her set up, ready to put some new holes in her for whenever she's ready.